Virginia's spring fire season lasts through April, and each year it feels like there are more blazes to worry about. This video is from Sherman Showalter in Shenandoah County. He used liquid manure spreaders and filled them with water to soak the ground and trees. Farmers who raise livestock such as cattle need to designate an area where they can be taken in emergency.
Having a plan to get them out, having a good place to load them out, having a trailer or a friend with a trailer that can haul them, and being able to get them out quickly.
But before you move your animals, make sure they're properly tagged.
If your livestock are ID'd properly, they will be brought back home. If they are not, they might not be able to come back home.
One benefit to raising cattle is they need lots of pasture, and that short green grass can help slow a fire down.
Any fire needs something to burn, whereas if you got pasture land out here, you might not, in the fall of the year, you might not have real green grass, but it makes it burn so much slower if it does get into the grass. So it's a whole lot easier to put out than when in the mountain you have all the underbrush.
Graves knows that firsthand. Last fall, 4,900 acres caught fire in Madison County, and his family's farm was damaged. He helped fight the fire, leading bulldozer teams along the back edge of his property so they could keep the fire from spreading.
We had a lot of volunteer fire department and volunteers that are hunters, family members, friends that just came up to, help right at first.
In the Louisa fire, a community animal response team helped shelter companion pets and was prepared to care for farm animals if necessary. Many livestock farmers have an evacuation plan for their animals, but people with fewer livestock need to prepare as well.
Hobby farms, you need to have a plan for what are you going to do, either when you're there and when you're not there, what's going to happen to those animals. Ideally, you have your own transportation. It'd be good if you have a trailer sufficient to pick up and haul all your animals out and get them away from the situation. If the earlier you can do that, the earlier you can evacuate and find a safe place, the better, because at the last minute roads are closed, as we saw with this fire. Road shutdowns occur.
Mel also says it's important to make sure first responders know where to look for a landowner's animals.
One of the things we suggest, these are just called emergency tubes. This is a tiny one. It's one that I have for my dog in my car. It's attached to my kennel in my car. You can use just a big piece of PVC pipe. Take these tubes, mount them to your fence on the driveway coming in, so clearly marked emergency, so emergency responders, firefighters can see that. And what these tubes contain is your emergency contact information, plus several other people in case they can't reach you, so that you know that there's emergency at your house. It contains a list of the animals that are on your property and where they are.
Mel also suggests microchipping animals so they can be accounted for. But if they aren't chipped and time is short, even writing a phone number with paint is better than nothing. Also, make sure your neighbors know your plan. They might be able to help if you're not at home when disaster strikes.
With this wildfire we had here in Louisa, I have had such a community outreach and pouring out of resources. I mean, people have been very generous. I put out a call if anyone had a livestock trailer and a truck, if they could hook it up and be ready for my call, make sure there's fuel in the vehicles and be ready to go, because if we call and say we need help transporting animals, we mean right now.
Uncontrolled fires are a fact of life for many Virginia livestock farmers, and those who have lived through them say preparation is the best way to keep animals out of harm's way. In Louisa County, I'm Burke Moeller reporting.